As you search our database, I encourage you to think less in terms of what's new and more in terms of what's great. Explore international titles. Some of the best narrative films today come from overseas. And if there's nothing new that catches your interest, go back to something older you might have missed, or even a classic you haven't seen in a while. I've been lucky enough to interview over 30 major film actors and directors over the past 20 years. That's been an education in itself, and a total blast, by the way. One of my first interviews was with the late director Robert Altman, who told me something I'll never forget. He said, "It's better to see a great movie again than an average one the first time. Because even though the movie hasn't changed, you have, and you always see something new." Now, I believe that's true, because the best movies are indeed timeless. Great movie from the 40s or 50s is still significant today. All you need to do is watch one all the way through to prove it to yourself. And guess what? If it's been at least a few years since you've seen a film, you'll always be surprised at just how much you've forgotten. And when you revisit a classic, you need to take into account the period in which it was made. Sometimes you'll see and hear things that are unacceptable today. In that sense, older movies reflect our social history, good and bad. But hopefully those moments won't ruin an otherwise great film for you. I also look at movies like food. When you're a kid, your parents introduce you to different kinds of food to broaden your taste palate. As you go through life, you want to cultivate a broad palate to enjoy a wide variety of food. Well, the same applies to movies. It's all about being mindful of what you're consuming. If you are what you eat, you are also what you watch. A little junk food now and then is fine, but looking at a regular diet, you want to make room for more nourishing options. Two important caveats. First, I may not get it right for you every time. Movies are inherently subjective. Second, and this is very important, always honor your mood and your taste in your choices. If you hate horror movies to begin with, no suggestions I offer will change your mind. So here's a bold claim. I believe that if you follow my recommendations, you'll get much more enjoyment and meaning out of the movies you watch. And that, believe it or not, will enhance your life.